All right, I want to welcome Steve Hed. He's going to start us off. He's got a wonderful Speed 6, a very rare Moulton. Here it is, snuck up behind me. I didn't even hear it.
This is a 1965 Speed 6, and it's set up in racing mode here, that you could commute on the bike during the week and race it on the weekend. And to do that, well, you took the fenders off and all these racks moved here. And this one does really have USA racing history to this bike. The bike came from Mary and Larry Reedy, who were really early bike racers, part of the Buffalo Cycling Club, in the probably, I think, going back to the 60s. And this was Mary's race bike. She was 5 feet tall and wanted to race, and at that time this was about the only bike she could find that actually fit her. So she raced this bike from probably the mid 60s when she got it, almost to 1980 when this bike sat for a long time. And I have a lot of other people in the industry that come visit us, and the Speed 6 always attracts their attention. And one of the guys that wanted one was Gerard Vroom, the founder of Cervelo. So he said, I got to have a Speed 6 as part of my R&D and funness. I need one. So that started my search for this bike. And the Moulton guy, one of the Moulton guys in the U.S., a lot of you Moulton people will know him as Doug Milliken. He knew of the bike and connected us with the Reedies. And Mary said she'd part with the bike if it was ridden and showed, which is what I'm doing today. So I got to put. And here it is. So, if any of you want to give it a ride around, or any of the Moultons here, for people that haven't ridden them, should take them for a ride. They're still amazing riding bikes 40 or 50 years later.
Excellent. How many teeth are on that chain?
Yeah. That's okay. So some of the fun things about the bike is that the chain ring's big, but you also had gearing problems in the back. So Alex, and I don't know if anyone knows any better, I'd like to hear it, but he claims he did the first 6-speed freewheel. And what he did is that he took whatever Regina, whatever the freewheels were available at the time, and he machined them and changed them to put an 11-tooth cog on it. So this was kind of the first 11-tooth cog that he added onto a 5-speed freewheel of the time. So they had to do the rear end a little bit differently, so it's a little bit different than a standard Moulton that was being made at the time. And he kind of started what's kind of trendy at the moment. Specialized has their S-Works. And a lot of these companies have their, cars. Mercedes has AMG and whatever BMW has. But Alex at the time had actually a little division that was ran by
Water washer.
Yes. And he was a famous Olympian.
Olympian.
And Alex hired him to run his S-Works program, and he built, I think, your Safari.
The S Safari,
and he built the Speed 6s, and he had his own design handlebar that never really made it on these bikes.
But they've been reprised since then.
Right, yeah. The Salsa or Quality has their version of it, and some of the other companies do. So with the small wheels, they had to get the gearing up. So this one has the 11. And then I don't know what it was, a 60 or something. He had TA make special cranks for him, or special chain rings for him.
Tell us about the derailleur.
The derailleur for the chain wrap had to be modified, and that's actually a Benelux.
And it's got a Moulton sticker on it.
Yeah, Moulton sticker, because they had to do some funny things to change it. And I haven't ridden an unchanged one. Hopefully it rides better than this one. Or shifts better than this one.
Okay.
This one you always have your crescent wrench out straightening it.
Okay.
And it's this is pretty much stock. The only thing that Mary had put flat bars on it. So so I have this. It's a Cresta.
I have not heard of a Cresta.
Yes, and
bar.
Cresta is another UK or English brand bar, and I wrapped it. I didn't have time to take my X-Acto knife out, but it's scalloped around the sleeve here.
My.
It's really pretty.
And I should note too the plug-in cable guides. You don't see that on a Moulton 4-speed.
Right.
So this is
an early one. The later one, the 67 or 66 that I have, which was interesting because the last time I was here with mine, which was years ago, it made it to YouTube, and then people comment. And somebody did correct all my mistakes that I had made describing my bike, which I had got the facts from Alex himself. So, well, but it's okay. As I know, I have customers that know more about my product than I do. So, so I stand to be corrected at any time, and they know their dates better than I do. So,
okay.
so this customer knew this, but one of the things that I did learn is that the later bikes do have the internal cables. Yeah, so my bike has internal, which dates it to an older bike than I thought it was, and this one is an early one.
And I don't remember if my S-Speed is internal or not. But
No, you're gonna have to go look.
I'll have to go look.
Yeah, and if not, I have to print more of these. So if anyone ever needs them, I'm printing them.
You
So
don't think 3D printing?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
So
I am not worthy.
okay.
Thank you
Thanks.
very much.